Hello again, Art 2. I think this is segment 5 of our monochromatic snowscape piece, and we might be able to finish this up today. So last time we met, we added our trees to our piece, and now we're going to tip those with white paint. And you're going to need your large flat brush. Tip it in the white. And then you're going to come in here and just tip all of your branches with the white paint. So that it looks like it just snowed. You want to make sure your paint is dry before this, otherwise it's going to be mixing together. I see a little bit of mine, because I just did the last video. A little bit of mine is still wet, so I'll have to come back and fix that up here after it dries a little bit. And this is just straight white. You can tell where it's wet because it's going to be really shiny. You know how you've all seen the trees after the evergreen trees after a big snowstorm, and you see how the snow is really heavy on them, sort of drags them down. So that's what we're trying to get here. So the snow is going to gather on the top of each branch, so you'll still be able to see the layers of paint that you have underneath. And we also need to add some snow to our land here. So I'm just going to grab my medium brush and just going to add some of that snow here. I like to do it after I put the trees. We could have done it earlier when we did the mountain, but I sort of like to wait until after the trees are done just to see how everything looks. So we're just going to add that final layer of snow on there. Now over here we're going to see that little bank there, so we won't have to go all the way down. And over here we'll just sort of put some on to look like it's underneath of all these trees. And then if you need to do any more touch-ups, you can come over here and do your touch-ups. I'm still waiting for these couple little areas to dry, so I can finish that up. So hopefully by now we are looking like we've got a little snowscape going on here. Little lake snowscape. Alright, so we could stop here if we wanted to, and we could say that this is done. Okay, it's a very nice painting. But I'm going to have us do one more little thing, but I want you to practice first because you can mess your whole painting up if you don't do this right. So I'm going to set this aside, and I like to do this next step with a toothbrush, but you can also do it with your big brush. And you want to make sure you're not close to anything that you can mess up in your house, or if you're in the classroom, anything in the classroom. So what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you how to make it look like it's snowing. So, you know, maybe it didn't just finish snowing, maybe it's still snowing in our snow scene. So I'm going to get some water and I'm going to bring it into the middle. My water's a little bit dirty, but I think we'll be all right. Bring a little bit of white in there. You want this to be pretty watery. So you mix it up and it's pretty watery. Now if we're using our big brush and we just take our finger and sort of flick it on your newspaper, do it on something practice, you can see that it's going to make a whole bunch of little dots, okay? If you have an old toothbrush, not a good one, not the one you brush your teeth with, or the one that your brother or sister brush your teeth with. So, little toothbrush, dip that into the water here, and then you just point it to the paper, and run your thumb across it, and that is also going to create a lot of little spots. You can mess your picture up really fast. Let's hope that I don't do that if you have too much water on the brush. So just this little bit of water that we mix with the paint is good. I'm going to try it out. Let's hope that I don't mess up. It's not a lot of water. It's not dripping anywhere. If it's dripping, it's too much. Now I'm going to point this to my picture, run my thumb across it, and voila! I have got a beautiful snow scene going on right here. And I can do that again. And remember, you're holding your paintbrush or your toothbrush, whichever one you're using, very close to the paper so you don't get everything messed up. If I'm doing this with my brush, still have that same watered down look, and I'm just going to do it right like this, and it gives a very similar effect. So either way. So now, hopefully you can see all the snow in our picture. So the last finishing touch here is to learn how to sign your name. So you can take your littlest brush, or even a pen if you're a little scared, a little bit of water, and you can sign your name down here in the corner. And then we're finished. So we have made a monochromatic snow landscape, and in the style of Bob Ross, who we are learning about in class. Alright guys, I can't wait to see the paintings that you guys do. Make sure you take a picture of it and submit it to me. And have fun, guys.